Hey there, everyone. Hope you're doing well. This is the Deep Dive. My name's Drew Creekmur, and I'm a wealth advisor here at Creekmur Wealth. And I'm joined today by John Creekmur, our senior wealth advisor and founder. And today we're going to talk about kind of a wide range of topics, everything from taxes to some events we have coming up and longer term financial planning. But before we do that, John, how you doing today?
I'll tell you what, it's one of the most glorious days of the year. We have opening day for baseball.
Yeah,
If you're a baseball fan, it's you get your juice going and see what's going to happen this year. So it's new hope for the teams that always wait till next year. So we have new hope, at least for the next month.
oh yeah, yeah, that we do. And we got new rules this year too, which should hopefully be interesting to watch more baseball.
It should be. So interesting. Like, what a time clock right now for the pitchers
Yeah.
and batters and
And my favorite one, a bigger base. I didn't know they needed a bigger base in baseball,
a
but
bigger base.
we'll see what happens. So, alrighty. Well, hey, let's hop into it, John. Let's talk about a big event that we have coming up
Yeah.
here early in May, and it's called True Wealth Live. And there's a link in the body of this email where you can register. If you're in Central Illinois or in any of our Illinois locations, we'd love to have you down in East Peoria to sit in live on that event. If you're not, you live somewhere else in the country, around the world, we will be live streaming this event as well. So you can also hop in and watch everything that we're going to cover there. But John, can you kind of talk about what is True Wealth Live and who's our speaker and what's going to be the topic of conversation?
Yeah, so we previewed this event last year in April of 2022. And, I was just really so made aware over the last 5 years of how much disinformation is out there, of how much social media is wrecking with everyone's decision making. And people are not sure where to go to get real information, real facts, real truth. And we just said, hey, let's put together an event that we're going to broadcast live all around the world. If you want to be local and want to be able to come, that's great. If not, be able to participate by being online. You can actually be able to send text in questions throughout the entire evening, no matter where you're located at. Go to our main text number so you can have some engagement. But really, it's about getting information that we know is totally factual. So there's no spin on where things are at, so everyone increases in knowledge and they can make more informed decisions. And so that's coming up here then May the 2nd at 7 p.m. as start time. We have hors d'oeuvres and drinks at 6:30. And this year we are bringing in a fellow, his name is Bob Carey. Bob is the chief financial plan, actually the chief strategist, right? At First Trust Portfolios, which is one of I think, the sixth largest
Yeah.
portfolio manager in the world. And so we've got a special, unique relationship. It's one of their top strategist as far as with portfolios and the economy. And so he will be there and he's going to speak for close to 45 minutes or so. And then also is going to hang around for Q&A time. And so he is a wealth of knowledge and tremendous information. And one thing I appreciate with all the material from First Trust is that they delve just with facts and just with numbers and where things are at. So that's coming up. We had a huge response last year of people at the event. And then also a large number of people. I don't know the exact number, but it was somewhere probably close to 1,000 folks around the world that listened and participated online. So I want to encourage everyone to get to that and get signed up so we can get you the link to be able to watch online live.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, that link is in the body of this email. Whether you're going to come in person or want to live stream online, you're able to go ahead and register and get reminders and the live stream link sent to you the day of the event whenever you are ready to do that. So thanks, John, for running through that. Let's kind of talk about another upcoming event, one that a lot of us don't really look forward to every year, and that is tax filing deadline day here in the middle of April. And we want to remind everyone of a couple of things. First and foremost, if you still have not made your IRA or Roth IRA contributions for the 2022 tax year, we would strongly recommend that you get that to our team no later than April 10th. With how many folks are trying to get contributions done, it can get really backed up at the custodians like TD Ameritrade or Schwab or Fidelity. So it's best to try to get ahead of it by a few days. So definitely reach out to our team if you would like to do that. But on the other side of the coin, John, while we hate paying taxes, there's a ton of work that we've done the last few years on tax planning. Can you kind of walk through what we're advising our clients to do once they have their taxes filed?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the tax planning is different than tax preparation. So tax preparation is the simply recording of history and what happened in the last year. And then as far as letting you know, as far as the amount of tax you need to pay or receive back in a refund that you prepaid. tax planning actually takes place, could happen throughout the entirety of the year and not just by April 15th. And that is where we look to say the Internal Revenue Code is actually written to allow you to make some decisions, some trade off decisions about how much taxes you want to pay and are there things you want to do to actually decrease the overall tax bill. Now, we're not talking about tax avoidance. That will get you in jail. That'll get a tax law named after you. We're talking about actually everything legal. We're talking about looking at your unique situation and simply to lay out here's some trade offs that the IRS allows you to consider to decrease your overall taxes. So, on that, Drew, we're encouraging everyone, once your tax is done, to get a copy of your tax return to your advisor and then to set up a period of time, maybe a 30-minute meeting, of which they can reveal to you from their analysis and just looking at that with our financial planning team, any additional ways you can have to decrease overall taxation.
Yep, absolutely. And this is even more so important because back in 2016, we had a tax law change that is set to expire after 10 years. So we have a few years left where you can pay taxes potentially on lower rates and on wider income tax brackets. Those are going to expire here in a few years, and everyone's taxes should be probably going up, if not going up by quite a bit. And so, John, I want to talk about the one idea. We spent over the last 3 years really trying to expand our toolbox of potential solutions for clients. Can you talk about what is a donor advised fund? It's one where we've used it with a number of clients, had great feedback from both a tax planning, but also a longer term estate planning and charitable giving planning as well. Can you walk through what that is and why it's such an interesting tool that we are starting to use?
So with the donor advised fund, if you're charitably minded, you can actually give cash or you can give an appreciated asset. So let's just say you had a stock that you paid $10,000 for a number of years ago. It's now worth $100,000. If you sold that stock, you would have a capital gain of $90,000, and then you have to pay taxes on that, and it could be anywhere from 12 to 15 or up to 20% on that if it's a long-term capital gain, depending upon your situation. Or if you want, you could actually donate the $100,000 of stock. So don't sell it, but donate the stock into the donor advised fund. You receive a full itemized deduction for the entire amount that you sell. Once it's inside the donor advised fund, then you have the ability to sell that stock and actually manage a diversified portfolio. So all in all, it's a win-win-win. It's a win for charity. You can actually say what charities you want the money to go to and when you want it to go them. So just because you donate into the donor advised fund in 1 year, you could actually spread it out to your charities over 3, 4, 5 years, or as long as you want to. Or it could pass down to the next generation for them to make decisions also. So Drew is a phenomenal tool that we've used a lot over the last 3 to 5 years.